I think it's started recording. Yeah, okay, fantastic. Alrighty, so welcome to today's Healing Room Zoom on Natural Health Solutions. We're going to quickly recap on what we covered last week. We covered all the areas to do with, well, we're doing it from head to toe. All you need to know about improving your health, part 2, covering things like diabetes, heart disease, sleep apnea, hip pain, hemorrhoids, knee pain, asthma, back pain, bladder control, hypertension, high blood pressure, arthritis, gallstones, coronary heart disease. All these different conditions, we're going to be talking about how we can address them and address them naturally today. So if you see a screen that catch your attention, feel free to grab a screenshot or take a picture so you can refer back to it later on. Okay, so sugar we did head to toe. We covered head to toe. Well, we started from head to toe last week. We covered last week. We looked at solutions, natural solutions for, obviously we started with the brain, and then we went into the eyes, looked at the solutions for the eyes. We then looked at solutions for the teeth. We had some really fantastic information on solutions for the teeth, on things you can use to prevent yourself from ever having to visit the dentist, because we always said the best treatment for teeth is no treatment, because it's always going to lead to further treatment and further problems later down the line. So you can do whatever you can to prevent yourself going to the dentist in the first place. That's always going to be the best course of action. We looked at the solutions that you can use, things like oil pulling, things like using probiotics, liquid probiotics in your mouth, in your gums, to really encourage a more healthy flow of bacteria in your mouth. We looked at the use of coconut. We looked at the use of silver, to gargle with silver, to really nourish your gums. And we also looked at, obviously, flossing, but also using silver, nano silver, to gargle, but also using Himalayan pink salt. Himalayan pink salt is a very powerful tool to use to prevent any kind of tooth decay. Even if you've got aching teeth or pain in your teeth, 90% of pain in the teeth is as a result of bacteria. Salt is a natural preservative and antibacterial property. There's a lot of nutrients in salt, and especially Himalayan pink salt is very rich in minerals. So by the time you start getting those minerals into your teeth on a regular basis, it will really start to nourish your gums and to get rid of any bacteria that's causing you long-term problems. But you've got to use it for at least 2 weeks, morning and night. You also spoke about cleaning your teeth or using a toothbrush once every 4 weeks. Sorry, replacing your toothbrush once every 4 weeks to ensure that you didn't keep spreading the same old bacteria round and round and round. So we looked at the face, but today, that's the stuff we did up to last week. We didn't get very far, so we're going to carry the rest of the body today, and we'll give some testimonials on people that have used some of these solutions. As I said, we're not really about selling. We don't really like selling. We hate being sold to, we hate selling as well. But today we're actually going to be sharing some of the stuff that we do and the impact it's had on people's lives. And we really want people to know that you haven't got to be suffering in silence, especially now when we have a problem that's linked, it's a health crisis, so it's linked to our level of our immune system. So the stronger we can have our immune system, the better we can take care of our health. But also, the more we can take care of our health, is the less we have to depend on outside bodies to whether it's going to inject us or give us vaccinations that we don't need to do what our immune system is already innately designed to do. KLH, you got a quick question? A bit louder, please. Speak a bit louder.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Say that louder.
Sorry. The slideshow that format that you had it on previous to record, would you mind putting it back so we can see everything on one screen as opposed to two parts?
Thank you so much. Yep.
Thank you.
Is that better?
Yes, great. Thank you very much.
No problem. So I'll use my other screen. So if you see me looking away, because I'm using my other screen so I can know the next slide. Okay. So head to toe. So we're going to carry on today from head to toe. So what's the next stop on our journey through the body is the skin. Now the skin is the biggest organ in the body. So we're going to target what we use to deal with skin problems and skin issues, and to provide natural solutions to many of the skin disorders that people present with. What do we always start with? We always start out with first identifying the problem. So we've got to find out where the disorder is coming from. So we always start with our scan, our non-invasive body MOT health scan, which is a scan that's done through your hand, where your body speaks through the software, and it basically provides a detailed report on the level of stress on all your organs. So things like your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidney, your brain, your breast, your bowels, your blood, every organ in your body is reported on, and your body makes recommendations on what it needs to bring it back into balance. So if there's anything that's affecting the skin, it will come up in the scan so that we can then target those areas. 90% of the time, people that have problems with their skin is linked to their guts, more importantly, in particular, their liver. So it will highlight if there's a level of, if there's a high levels of fat around the liver, or the liver is very congested or very overloaded with toxins, which is obviously as a result of the body being having to try and contend with different levels of toxins on a day-to-day basis. So this will normally come out in either psoriasis, eczema, or a plethora of other different skin conditions. So the first thing we do is start out by doing a scan, so we can find out what is the problem and identify the particular disorder, and that will determine what our course of action would be. And once you've done that, we're then going to find out how stressed the body is and what level of toxins the body has accumulated, and where these toxins have accumulated and where they need to be supported in the removal of the same toxins. And the first thing we notice would help you to identify some of the signs that you may be displaying that will show that you need to detox. So just to kind of talk you through the process that we go through, the first thing we look at is what's happening inside your body and what symptoms are you experiencing. But conventional medicine would always look at your symptoms first, and they'll try and diagnose you based on your symptoms. What we do here is what we call functional medicine. So we're looking at the body as a whole. We have a more integrated approach. By us seeing where the disorders are, we'll be able to tell you what symptoms you'll be experiencing as a result of those disorders. So for example, if we see somebody has, we always like to use the bacteria, Borrelia bacteria, and we see a lot of it's a particular strain of bacteria that causes a lot of inflammation, especially in the joints. We will ask you, are you having problems with your joints or your muscles? And 90% of the time people confirm yes, because that particular bacteria, it tends to cause a lot of problems with muscles and joints, and is commonly diagnosed as people having arthritis. We won't treat the arthritis, we will deal with the actual disorder, which is the problem, which is the high levels of this particular bacteria or this particular family of bacteria. And once we get rid of those bacteria, guess what? Arthritis disappears, joint pain disappears, muscle pain disappears. But we didn't give anybody anything for muscle pain or joint pain, we merely got rid of the actual disorder. So some of the signs that you need to know that you need to detox would be things like poor memory, having brain fog, feeling depressed, bad breath, insomnia, dry lips, fatigue, skin rashes, sore muscles, being moody, irregular bowel movements, a lot of weight gain or not being able to shift weight, and low libido being low. Another sign of signs that you need to detox are things like swelling in the body when your body's holding on to a lot of water. This is a key sign that you need to detox, and also that you may be suffering with some serious dehydration. KLH, is that your hand raised again, or is that from the last time?
No, that would be from the last time.
Okay, thanks so much. So water retention, breast soreness or swelling, and this is something that we pick up when we see people with cancer a lot. We always seem to see lymphatic system linked to breast soreness. That means the body's really struggling to remove a lot of the toxins that are built up in the blood, which has now left the cells very vulnerable to attack from various bacteria and specifically viruses that will then take over the DNA of those cells and cause those cells to mutate and start to form tumors. And then it will cause the body to start making rapid reproduction of those tumors, which then starts to lead to another set of problems that we're not really going to go into today. But having lots of belly fat, bloating, rashes or itchiness on the body, sore muscles, fibroids, ovarian cysts, sore throats, these are all signs that you need to detox. But a big sign is obviously having breakouts in your skin, because the skin is obviously the biggest organ. And when the body gets overloaded internally with toxins, if it can't get rid of them through the bowels, it can't get rid of them through the kidney, through the bladder, it can't get rid of them through sweating, of course, the next biggest organ that it has access to is the skin. So it's going to recruit the skin, and you'll see the skin start to break out with spots, rashes, or all manner of different issues. Even pigmentation will start to change. This is as a result of the toxins that are overloading your body, and your body's natural detoxin systems, lymphatic system, etc., are overloaded, and they can't eliminate them, or more importantly, they can't eliminate them quick enough. So what's the first thing that we do? The first thing we do is obviously we look at these areas, and then we start to put together your program of detoxification or lifestyle change. And one of the number one areas that we make changes in is in your levels of hydration. Now, hydration is key, is a key factor in every single part of your body's function and in every single aspect of your health. Now, hydration is one of the things that we use as a big part of our HERN protocol, our healing methodology, which is called the HERN protocol, which is H for hydration, E for elimination, R for rest, and N for nourishment. But the hydration element is such a massive part because it plays such a key role in so many areas. And we've got a little slide here that talks about the 7 wonders of water and how many of the things that it impacts. Things like arthritis, big big impact water has on arthritis, back pain, just those two alone. If you look at the back, most people have problems with their back or joint pain. If you look at the synovial joint in the back, this is it's like a cushion that it contains a gel that protects the bones from the spine, that keeps them from rubbing together. But when your body becomes dehydrated, the last line of defense is that gel pack, which is supposed to have sufficient amounts of water to keep the gel nicely formed in a gel. But when the body becomes severely dehydrated, that gel pack starts to dry up. As that starts to dry up, then the bones start to rub against bones, so you start to get pains in your back, which could also happen in other joints. But let's just focus on the back for a second, because once that gel eliminates or becomes completely dried out and dehydrated, you now have a situation where this can start to slip out of place. Nerves can start to move. And when you start to have nerves moving because it's got bone rubbing against bone, this when you start having things like trapped nerve or sciatic nerve, more importantly. And when you start having sciatica, this is as a direct result of your dehydration. And how we simply by increasing your hydration. Because once you start to increase the hydration levels in the body, all the body's centers that require water start to fill up, including the synovial joints. And once you include the synovial joints start to form that gel again. Guess what happens to all the pain that's associated with that back pain? It disappears. We didn't treat your back pain. What we did is increase the hydration. So by increasing the hydration, it has a significant effect and impact on back pain. Water retention, the same thing. When you have water retention, because your body's in a severe state of dehydration, so your body tends to hold on to water as a means of preserving the little bit of water that it may have, because it knows it's in a drought. It may not get any water for a long time. So it'll start to preserve water in the body. Where does it normally hold it? In your ankles. Why do you get swelling ankles? Look at a cactus. When you see a cactus in the desert, the cactus knows it's not going to get a lot of water for maybe a very long time. So it has this very, very wide fat stem that contains all the water. And that's how the plant feeds itself and stays alive for a long period of time, because it stores all the water in the stems. In the same way, the body, when it knows it's not going to get a lot of water, it will start to retain water, obviously because of gravity as well. It will start to retain water, sometimes in the knees. And once you've got a sufficient supply of water, guess what happens? Water retention disappears. Bloating, same thing. When your gut is not got enough water to help with absorption, the gut's ability to break down foods and move nutrients in and move toxins out is stalled and greatly reduced, which is going to cause food that's supposed to be digested to remain undigested, which will lead to stomach bloating. Same thing with skin. But skin is what we're looking at the moment. We're looking at the skin and the impact of lack of water on your skin and how important and how many conditions are related just simply to not having enough water in your diet. Okay, so let's look at some of these problems that are associated with lack of water in the body. The skin is the biggest organ in the body. And as I said, when the body is overloaded with toxins, it's going to recruit the skin to start releasing some of those toxins. Why is it going to recruit the skin? Because the liver is the first line of defense and normally the last line of defense from your body. So once the liver, even when people have cancer, once it gets to the liver, that's like their last line of defense. If their liver's gone, that's it. Their body's pretty much finished. It's just like them waiting for them to die. So the liver plays a key part in the health and the longevity of your body and your long-term health. So once the liver becomes overloaded with toxins, you begin to have skin problems, things like eczema, things like psoriasis. Then you've got things like different types of psoriasis. You've got glutate psoriasis. You have inverse psoriasis. You have skin tags. You have fibromas. All these are linked to problems that started in the liver. So we need to start recognizing the importance of our water, because I know a lot of people don't like drinking water, probably because of the quality of the water. And maybe when I do a solutions one again, either in the new year, maybe do one again before the end of the year, who knows. But we'll do one on water, just on water alone, because we have our own specific water that's very, very clean. It's actually the highest state of water, which they call it almost like plasma, the fourth state of water. And it's gone through an osmosis process where all the impurities are removed, all the toxins, all the antibacterials, all the bacteria, all the parasites, all the hormones, all the stuff that you find in your water, the bleach and the chlorine, etc. These are all being removed. So the water is so clean, it actually starts to detox the body. So when you drink that water, not only do you get hydrated, because the skin and the body recognizes the water, it receives it, it opens it up and it lets it go into the cells. Now, the reason why a lot of people, when they drink water and they don't like the taste of the water, is because if you haven't filtered your water and taken the impurities out of your water, guess who becomes a filter? You. Your body becomes a filter. So the body rejects a lot of the water that it receives because it has to try and remove so many impurities that by the time you've drunk it, the body actually doesn't even want the water because it's not actually going to feel hydrated. So unless you've got a really clean, either a good filter system or very clean water, you're not really going to get the benefit of water. This is why a lot of people naturally don't like water. So the skin always bears the brunt of that lack of available hydration. And this is why you see people, ending up with a lot of these problems, not just because of their water, but because of the buildup of toxins that have accumulated in the body, in the gut, and in particular the liver, which will then lead to these different levels of outbreaks externally on the skin. Skin damage. Skin damage begins on the inside. And a lot of people, they approach skin from the outside by assuming that the skin, if you treat the skin on the outside, that's when you get the best results. You start using all these dermatological properties or products. You start using all these creams and different types of moisturizers. But the problem with skin is that it's a little bit closer to home. Skin problems generally don't begin on the outside. They begin on the inside. Once you recognize they begin on the inside and you start targeting your interventions a little bit closer to home, closer to the gut, then you'll start to get a lot more results a lot faster. Things like your diet have a massive effect on your skin, your large intestine in particular, because everything you take into your body has to go through the large intestine. Your liver, as we mentioned, psoriasis is linked to the liver, direct link to the liver. You cleanse the liver, your psoriasis starts to go down right away. Your bowels, if your bowels are not able to eliminate toxins or eliminate impurities and bacteria, that's going to now be released back into the bloodstream. And when the bloodstream, where's the bloodstream? It goes all over the place. It goes all over the body. What's the biggest organ in the body? The skin. So your skin can be linked to the condition of your blood. And if stuff is not, eliminated properly from your bowels, that's going to have a knock-on effect on your skin. Your hormones, if your hormones are out of sync, or your hormones are overloaded with too many toxins, too many endocrine disruptors, too much soy products, too much wheat, because these products all contain pesticides while they're being treated, while they've been growing, to try and keep the bugs away. These things will interfere with your hormones, and again, this will interfere with the balance, your hormonal balance of your skin, and this will result in things like acne. Then, of course, your blood is a key element and a key determining factor in the health of your skin. If you've got healthy blood, you've got healthy skin. So if you cleanse the blood, that healthy blood is now going to carry more nutrients to the skin, and it's also going to take a lot of impurities away from the skin. So the healthier your blood is the healthier your skin's going to be. So one of the things that we use as part of our program and part of our process, while we're using our detox products and solutions, we also get you to make some specific lifestyle changes that these are things that you can continue to do once your program ends. Now, we introduce these things into your program or into your lifestyle so you can develop it as a habit. You'll develop while you're doing it on the program, while you've got the support of all the additional products, but you'll also be able to maintain that once the product's finished and the program comes to an end. You'll have so many different new positive habits in exchange for your bad or old negative habits, that once you've seen the results of incorporating these new habits into your lifestyle, you will then have what we call, it's an experiential journey. You'd have experienced the benefit of making these changes, of substituting some of the things you may drink, like fruit juices, sugary drinks, fizzy drinks, and substituting it for like a lemon detox. You'd have seen the benefit of drinking that for a number of weeks throughout your program, how positively it's impacted your skin. So when your program is finished, you will continue with that habit because you've seen the long-term and the short-term benefits it's had to your skin, to your digestion, and to so many aspects of your health. So the lemon detox is a product that we use or we incorporate, which is simply using water and lemon. Simple as that. Lemon and water. We generally encourage people to use 1 liter of water or 2 liters, but just for the sake of the program, because they're drinking so much water with other products, we always just say get 1 liter of water. Take a picture of this screen if you can. It's very, very powerful, very, very effective, proven, guaranteed results every single time, no matter how you do it, no matter when you do it, no matter how long you do it for, you will always, always, always see results. So the lemon detox, it's 1 liter of water or 2 liters, whichever one you choose, with 4 lemons. We tend to recommend 4 lemons because the more lemons you use, the more vitamin C, the more limonene you'll get into your blood, the more natural polyphenols you'll get into your skin. There's so many benefits just from using lemons, but we say at least 4 lemons. We know people that use up to 10 lemons every day, but their skin is immaculate. So let's say 4 lemons, but let's just dispel that myth about, the more lemons you have is very acidic. Nonsense. Once lemons hit the back of your tongue, the back of your esophagus, it gets flipped and it becomes alkaline. So the more alkaline making or producing products you have in your body is the better the condition and the state of your blood. So don't believe that it's too acidic. No, it's acidic once it's outside the body. Once it goes into the body, it naturally becomes alkaline. So 4 lemons, 2 limes, we generally say between 6 and 10 mint leaves, and a couple of cucumber slices. But just for flavor, we always add maybe some red watermelon pieces, not the white one, the red watermelon pieces, because it has a lot of electrolytes. It's also got some natural vitamin C. And there's so many benefits to just using red watermelon that you can look up in your own time. But the results, the benefits of having this lemon detox water every single day, it helps to shed toxins from your body. It acts as a liver tonic, really get into the liver and really help to detoxify the liver and take so many impurities out. More important than taking it out, stimulating the liver to produce the enzymes to do what it does naturally itself. Big time, it improves the skin and the tone and the quality of your skin. One of the things that you notice with all the people that go for our program, everybody always tells them, your skin looks amazing. Your skin is immaculate. You look so young. Your skin is glowing. How did you do this? Part of it is the lifestyle change that we encourage them to do, which is by incorporating the lemon detox. It works as a natural diuretic. It helps to flush out the impurities from your kidney. It helps to break down and dissolve gallstones. It also breaks down phlegm. So if you're struggling with a lot of phlegm, a lot of mucus, nothing's greater than lemon to break down phlegm. It relieves nausea, helps get rid of constipation, problems with your gut. It's a digestive aid. It alkalizes the body, as we said, and more importantly, it improves your immune system. It improves your immunity because the gut is where 70% of your immune cells exist and operate from, and that's their home. So the more work you can do to alleviate any stress on the gut is the greater the level of immunity you have and the greater response you'll be able to have if you were to ever encounter any kind of harmful pathogens or toxins or viruses, as in what we're going through now. So lemon really powerfully detoxifies your liver and kickstarts the digestive system, but it has an amazing, immaculate impact on the health of your skin. So this is our sort of things you can get from using the lemon detox. These are sort of level of skin you can achieve. She's only got a mile. I love these two women because their faces, they've only got a tiny bit of makeup, a little bit of makeup, but they don't need a lot because their skin speaks for itself, because the skin, as I said, is the largest organ on the body. This picture here, I'll definitely try and take a picture of this this particular slide, because it gives you the recipe of how to make the lemon detox. You've got your 2 liters of water. It says 1 piece, but we say we use at least 4. Some cucumber slices. Some people say the whole cucumber, but you know, we could say cucumber slices. We say put some cucumber slices, easier for it to absorb. And then 10 to 12 mint leaves. If you're doing it as individually or on its own, not part of a program, yes, you can use 10 to 12 mint leaves because they have some immaculate, fantastic properties for the blood. And then you mix all of them and leave it overnight in the fridge so it can absorb all the nutrients out of those foods, and then drink it throughout the day, every day. So this is a regime that you can incorporate into your lifestyle ongoing from now onto the new year. And even just to boost your immune system, but the added bonus is that you're going to get some amazing, bright looking skin. So now let's look at some of the products that we use. Some of our natural solutions that we use to really enhance and support these activities that are going on within the body. We use a lot of products that we use on the outside or that we use on the inside. But the first thing we use on the inside and the outside, sorry. The first thing we're going to look at is what are the 5 key elements or 5 key properties to having lasting, radiant, bright and healthy skin. So we've already talked about earlier, number 1 is to hydrate. Number 2 is to nourish. Number 3 is to cleanse. Number 4 is to moisturize. And then you've got to make sure you protect what you have, because you've got a lot of UV radiation, you've got a lot of toxins that are airborne, that are in the water, that things are outside as you go into the street, you've got the wind, you've got a lot of dust, you've got a lot of pollutants, you've got a lot of heavy metals, chemicals. These things are all battering against your body, battering against your skin, that you have to make sure that you're protecting your skin from on a daily basis. So our small mini combo, let me just move this out of the way so I can see. A mini combo helps you to achieve all of these through the small collection of products that we put together here. Now we've got the L'Oeil d'Argent. That's a fantastic spray. I love this spray. L'Oeil d'Argent is like a specially hydrolyzed water that has elements, particles of silver, nano silver contained within it. It has a number of minerals that when you spray it on your skin, it automatically starts to kill off any bacteria that are residing on the skin which will then lead to any levels of inflammation. Then we have the elixir of life. As you know, that's what we use for internal use. But elixir of life is very rich in silica, which really helps to boost the collagen production within the body, and elastin. And these are key proteins that the body uses to keep itself together. Now, the more collagen you have in your body, especially the more naturally produced collagen, is the greater the level and elasticity of your skin going to be. So your skin will start to anti-age, you'll start to see more youthfulness, more suppleness coming back into your skin just from ingesting that on a daily basis. Now, we know that collagen is used and utilized all over the body quite extensively. So it will also affect things like your muscles. It will also affect things like your joints. It will also affect things like your heart, because your heart is a muscle. Your bones will get very, very well nourished. All parts of the body are heavily and positively impacted just from taking this one product, because it's so rich in minerals that this is part of the nourishing program and protocol for your skin. Then we have the mineral wash. I love this product. The mineral wash, it's all minerals. You put it on your face, it almost forms like a little mask, and you leave it on for like 20 minutes, maybe do it twice a week. It really helps your skin to become really tight. It draws out all the impurities out of your skin, and it leaves your skin like a nice, fresh, tight sheen. And once you've washed that, or once you've cleansed with that, you can do it after you've done your normal cleanse. Once you've cleansed with that, it's like having a facial in the confines of your own home, not every day, but let's say twice a week. But your skin is so much more tighter and refreshed and youthful directly as a result of using that. Then you've got the Rejuvenator. Now, the Rejuvenator is an amazing product. It's full of very heavyweight minerals. It's a very light oil, because the oil actually comes from, I can't even say, but the skin oil, the basis of that product, it's so rich in minerals. It's got like about 96 minerals in the oil, in the base oil alone, just the base oil. Then it's fortified with vitamin E. It's got vitamin D, and then it also adds some heavyweight vitamin essential oils, not heavyweight, some lightweight essential oils that are really, really rich in hyaluronic acid. It's just a powerhouse of nutrients that really rejuvenates the skin. And I'll get one of our clients who's used it only for a few days, just to tell you what she's experienced after using it just for a couple of days today. And then we have Glow. Glow is another powerful booster that really boosts the glow in your skin. Well, how it does the collagen? How does it boost the collagen? Because it has 24 karat gold within it. Hence you see the gold lid. It has gold, it has particles, nanoparticles of gold within it, that when you spray it on your skin along with some other minerals, it also has some zinc. Zinc is very good for the skin. It has some other noble natural minerals that when you put these minerals together and you just spray it on the skin like a mist, you'll just see your skin start to transform literally in a matter of days. So this is part of our mini skin combo that we use to really hydrate, to renew, and to regenerate the skin, also to prolong the skin vitality and to keep your skin looking nice and radiant and youthful. Okay, then we've got the larger 21 Skin Day Renew Challenge. This 21-day Skin Renew Challenge basically has all the things that you need if you're doing a specific skin detox. Just purely dealing with all the elements that are related to the skin. In addition to the products we mentioned already, we also have liquid vitamin D3, which is a fantastic product. You can ingest that because liquid D3 is not just a booster for your, it's not just a vitamin booster, it's actually a hormone, because it works with the whole of your endocrine system, which is responsible for carrying the signals on the meshes around your body to make sure your body secretes the right amount of liquids and hormones for every single function of every single organ within your body, including the skin. So D3, again, is something that's synthesized by sunlight, but if you take it in naturally, internally, it's always going to enhance this, especially where we are based, not having access to a lot of natural. Then in addition to that, you've got organic sea moss, which again is full of natural food-based minerals. And all our products are all plant-based, they're all food-based products based on food. None of them have any chemicals, they don't have any harmful sulfur or one of those, what's that product? Sodium lauryl sulfate. None of those harmful chemicals are contained in these products. They're all food-based, all plant-based. You can literally eat them. Anything you spray on your face, you can actually spray on your tongue, because it's going to go into your skin. It's going to go from the skin into your bloodstream anyway. So all these products, you can actually ingest them as well as spraying them onto your skin, because there's no chemicals in them whatsoever. In addition to that, you've got Mega C, vitamin C, which is enhanced with MSM, another very powerful powerhouse. Our vitamin C is very rich in camelberry, which is from the rainforest in Brazil, which contains the highest form of vitamin C on the planet. Why? Because it's from a complete plant. It's from an actual plant. So when you use a plant-based vitamin C, you actually get the full spectrum of polyphenols, flavonoids, so you can actually call it a vitamin C complex. So it's the first vitamin C complex you'll ever find with the highest level of vitamin C on the planet, bar none. because it comes from actual camu berry, which is an actual food. So the levels of collagen you produce from that are extremely high. When you combine that in your dedicated targeted skin regime, you're going to see phenomenal and remarkable results. And then lastly, the additional product is the vitamin B complex. Vitamin B is responsible for a wide range of metabolic processes and for the formation of healthy blood vessels and blood cells, and your nervous system, and also every cell in the body is obviously going to be linked to the condition of your skin, because your skin is only going to be an amalgamation of the levels of the health of your blood and the levels of nutrients that that blood is able to carry to that skin. So the skin will be a combination of all those factors. So the level of vitamins and minerals in your blood, in your diet, are going to determine the level of health that your skin will be able to achieve. So throughout the program, we make sure we incorporate these items within your foods or within the products that you're taking. And this will ensure that everybody, bar none, who uses any of our combos or any of our detox programs will always have an enhanced level of noticeable skin health. As we say, we spring clean the insides so you can glow noticeably on the outside. Okay, I think that's all of the skin. Okay, brilliant. So just to recap, we've covered on our head to toe journey through using natural solutions to deal with common problems within the body. We've done the eyes, we've done the teeth, we've done the brain, we've done the biggest organ in the body, which is the skin. So now what's left? We have everything else, basically. So we have the heart, we have the liver, we've got the bowels, the vagina, the urine. We've actually got a fantastic womb detox as well that we use. I forgot about that. We have a wonderful womb detox that detoxes the womb. So when people have any kind of womb problems, yeast overgrowth, BV, bacterial vaginosis, overload of bacteria, overload of yeast, candida. These are problems that a lot of women experience, and there's not really that much that is out there available that they can use to really positively impact that. Again, because we specialize in solutions, we spend a lot of years researching, and we look at what plants and products can be formulated together that can have the right impact in such a sensitive area. And we've seen some phenomenal results with our pearls, our vaginal pearls, which are womb detox pearls, which I'm hoping, Kelly, are you on the line today, Kelly? Let me see if Kelly's on here with us today. Are you with us today, Kelly? Let's see, hopefully Kelly's on and she'll be able to share some of her experience.
Yes, I am. Sorry about that. I am indeed.
Okay, brilliant, brilliant. So we'll get Kelly to give you a little bit of insight in some of the benefits she's noticed from using the womb detox. So yeah, the urine, overactive bladder problems, kidney problems, the legs, the bones, the joints. These are all the other areas that we're now going to cover, and the associated problems that all stem from the center of the body. So we call them all other acute, chronic, or inflammatory related conditions, because all these problems, all these issues are all related to some level of inflammation, whether it be chronic or acute. So let's look at some of the problems that people face that are linked to the rest of the parts of the body. Number one, diabetes. Now, I didn't realize, because we've been dealing with diabetes for so many years, it's almost like it's rudimentary, it's so basic, shutting down diabetes, reversing diabetes. People that had any kind of diabetic issues, we've managed to, reduce them or reverse them in 21 days. In fact, it's really always 10 days, to be fair. We've never had anybody really go beyond 10 days and their diabetes is not fully controlled. When I say fully controlled, never to return. We've never had anybody go beyond 21 days and even 6 months later, their diabetes is gone. And I only discovered last week that somebody called up after the Zoom, and they're a nurse, and they said that in the medical community, they're of the mindset that once that insulin level of production is breached, it can never be repaired, it can never be reversed, it can only be managed. And that the whole medical community is under the impression that diabetes can't be reversed. It can only be managed and can never be controlled, or I suppose they use the term control in terms of preventing the sugar levels from spiraling up. But we're not interested in that. Whatever the medical community says, that's as I say, that's their business. We're not interested in that. We're interested in what the body has to say. And once the body has got the right environment internally, there's nothing that the body cannot heal, because the body has got an innate system designed to heal itself no matter what condition, no matter what circumstances facing. As long as it's got the right environment, then that healing will naturally and spontaneously take place. So it's quite interesting that we found that diabetes was such a massive thing or massive challenge in the medical community. But yeah, diabetes is something that, you know, we reverse very easily. We've never had a problem with diabetes, and we've been doing it for like years. We've got thousands and thousands of clients. We've got loads and loads of testimonials. Hypertension, irritable bowel syndrome, colitis, again, arthritis, again, these are all gut-related issues. And just for your record, anytime you see anything that says itis, that means it's inflammation. Anything itis means it's inflammation of. So itis, colitis means inflammation of the colon. Arthritis, inflammation of the arthritic joint. Any sort of itis, bronchitis is inflammation of the bronchial tube, which is the lungs. So it's all inflammation. What causes inflammation? Bacteria, toxins. So once you've got bacterial overload of toxins, you're going to get inflammation. So once you remove those bacteria or remove those, all that inflammation-related problem or inflammation-related condition is going to naturally be reversed. So we've never seen any of these issues that have not been able to be reversed naturally using our detox methods and natural plant-based solutions. Sciatica, as you spoke about sciatica earlier, very easy to reverse sciatica. Don't need to have any anti-inflammatories, just deal with the things that we mentioned, make the lifestyle changes, get the right levels of anti-inflammatories in, deal with the bacteria, and Bob's your uncle, job done. Gout, I know I'll make it sound really simple, but we've done it so many times for so many people for so many years. We just see it as such a basic thing to do once you've restored internally within the body. Gout, again, linked to, they call it the rich man's disease, linked to your diet and your food that you're ingesting, and the level of inflammation that's built up mainly from the kidneys, because again, linked to your lack of hydration and the body's inability to remove those impurities, which causes high levels of toxins to build up in the blood. And when you've got that toxic blood flowing to those joints, you've got a lot of uric acid that's not able to be eliminated through the kidneys, again, because of your lack of pure water. Those uric acid is now going to build up in the joints and cause a load of problems with the inflammation, which then leads to gout, anemia, your lack of your healthy hemoglobin, red blood cells. Again, some people say linked to iron. It's not necessarily iron, because people always say anemia, iron, anemia. It's not purely iron. It's not that simple. And we've discovered over the years that anemia is not purely as a result of the lack of iron. Most people have enough iron in their body. What they don't have is the ability to absorb that iron. So what we find is that people have inordinate amounts of lead in their body. Instead of having iron, which has been able to be uptaken into the blood to create hemoglobin and healthy red blood cells and carry oxygen around the body, we find instead of that, they've got low iron, but high levels of lead. And the reason why they've got high levels of lead, because there's a missing ingredient that we see over and over and over again. And that missing ingredient is copper. Because if they have a copper deficiency, that means the body's ability to uptake the iron is greatly reduced. Once that is reduced, all the other metals, heavy metals in the blood, will be taken up by the blood instead. That's why you see high levels of lead, but low levels of iron. So many people who have iron deficiency is not necessarily as a result of the iron, but it's as a result of the lack of copper, because copper is like a methylator that instigates the uptake of the iron or mitigates the uptake of the iron. And if you're lacking copper, you're going to have a lack of iron, which can lead to a state of anemia. Sciatica, we mentioned earlier, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome. These terms, we studied these terms and we looked at lupus. Lupus actually comes from the Latin word, which means wolf. And you know, they say cry wolf, which means it imitates a lot of different conditions or diseases. And when they call things like lupus, or they say you have some type of syndrome, basically what that means, you have so much inflammation in your body that they're not able to diagnose any particular condition, so they're not able to prescribe any particular course of medication, which means they can't actually treat you. So the best they can do is try and manage that, and they'll say you have it for the rest of your life, or it's irreversible, or it can't be treated, or it can't be managed, or it can't be reversed, should I say, and they'll call it a syndrome, or they'll give it a nice name like lupus. And I've heard some strange names. One I heard the other day was Graves' disease. I was like, wow, what is that? So they always come up with these new names that they'll give you, and you'll accept that as a name, and you say, oh, that's what's wrong with me. But what is actually wrong with me? Or they say you've got Graves' disease, or you've got lupus, but what is that? Okay, if I've got this disease, how do you then reverse it? Well, there is no way to reverse it. So how do you know what it is then? So this is how they use these terms, and they confound people who obviously don't have the knowledge or the understanding, and they'll say, take this medication and this will help you for the rest of your life. But it never actually deals with the actual underlying problem or the actual underlying issue, which 9 times out of 10 is linked to some form of inflammation. So lupus is a disease or condition to having such high levels of information that is now permeated through so many different systems within the body that it will start to mimic different conditions or different groups of symptoms that will normally be lumped together and called this problem or that problem. But with lupus, because you have so much information on such a wide scale within the body, they cannot pinpoint any specific area to say, yes, this disease is linked or this condition is linked to this set of symptoms. So we're going to provide this course of medication, and they can't do it. So just call it lupus, and you'll run away thinking I've got this condition, and you know what it is. And in actual fact, you don't know what it is. The same with chronic fatigue syndrome. That means the body becomes so overloaded with information, the body's actually tired. It's completely tired. The cells of the blood are overloaded with toxins. Nothing can get rid of the toxins. And as a result of that, the cells aren't producing enough energy. So the body is in a constant state of tiredness. So they'll call it chronic fatigue syndrome. What does that mean? Your body's always tired. Okay, so how do you stop the body from becoming tired? Why don't you look at the systems or look at the areas impacted that are preventing the body from becoming tired? And how do we know this? Because we've seen it time and time again. We've seen people that had chronic fatigue syndrome. We've seen people that had fibromyalgia. They've come in, we've put them on a program, we've put them through the scan, we've identified the areas where they've got the highest levels of disorders, targeted those disorders with specific programs or lifestyle change programs. We've made them help them to make the lifestyle changes. And one of the things they come in with and they notice they've got high levels of pain. And one of the things they notice within a very short space of time, I'm talking like 10 days. These people had this problem for 10 years. 10 days, they're out of pain, completely out of pain. How can they be out of pain? Because these are people that had no energy or in constant pain, which was taking a lot of their immune cells and immune function, which was preventing them from getting energy. But within 10 short days of making relevant lifestyle changes, doing the right type of detoxes, opening up the relevant pathways, they've managed to become pain-free. How is this possible? Because we dealt with the underlying problem, which was the bacteria. Most of the time it's bacteria, which leads to the inflammation, which starts to block the specific pathways. And once those pathways become unblocked and the bacteria is removed, the inflammation starts to go down, the body's hydrated, it's able to remove things through the kidney, through the liver, through the bowels. We flush out the system, the pain just disappears. We didn't treat their pain, we didn't treat their inflammation. We dealt with the disorder, removed the toxins from the body, and the body took over and did what it does best. Migraines, sleep apnea, asthma, these are all, again, what migraines linked to the blood, sleep apnea is linked is respiratory system, and asthma, and hay fever, fibrosis. And I'll give you a little tip here. We discovered that we can deal with sleep apnea quite interestingly, just almost by chance. We stumbled across it. Somebody had sleep apnea and they were using that machine. It was like a machine that used to provide air into the lungs overnight to stop them from falling asleep or not waking up and the lungs from shutting down. So we said to them, while you're doing your program, while you're detoxing, while you're cleansing, while you're making the lifestyle changes, add a teaspoon of silver, nano silver, into your machine, in the water in your machine. And so breathe that in overnight. So you've got the silver going into the lungs, because we thought, how can we get into the lungs? Because we used to have a challenge of being able to get natural food-based medicines into the lungs. So when they came with the machine, we thought, perfect. This is a great channel that goes directly into the lungs, and it's been taken in overnight while the body's sleeping, and it's in its resting state. So we said to them, put some silver into the water, and then use the machine to let it be ingested or inhaled into the lungs overnight. That particular lady, she had been using that machine for about 7 years, taking it all over the world with her, going to the Caribbean, wherever she was traveling, she had to take that contraption. It was a huge contraption, puts a big mask on her face with the big wires coming off it, and the case on the back that had the water and the liquid that was providing the mist and the medicine to keep the lungs moist. So he put some medicine into the water, and lo and behold, after about 7 days, she said she's going to try and sleep without the machine for 1 day. Then she did it for 2 days, then 3 days, then 5 days. Then at the end of about 2 weeks, she just no longer needed the machine. How is that possible? Because we were able to deal with the bacteria that was in the lung, that was accumulating in the lung, that was hard to get to by any other means. But because she used the machine, she was able to access those areas and access those bacteria that was causing that inflammation and resolve that issue. So we were like, wow, another, notch on the belt. We felt so, we were excited and very ecstatic at being able to reverse something that had been, relatively challenging for a lot of people over the years. So again, something very easy to do once you know how to access the relevant area. So sleep apnea is something that's been able to be impacted very positively. So we found that people have been using nebulizers, but by no means at all are we suggesting or recommending people to go and just try these things at home by yourself. And again, we make the disclaimer that none of this is to replace your medical information or any medical prescribed drugs. We're not advocating that you use any of these instead of your drugs. If you have a medical issue, please, visit your GP or visit your doctor, or call 111. Make sure wherever you're doing lifestyle changes, you do it with the full consent or support of your GP, that you don't take these in place of a healthy, full, balanced diet. Okay, so hay fever, fibrosis, again, these are all linked to the lungs and the respiratory system, asthma. These are all respiratory issues that are all linked to problems that are happening or inflammation that's happening in the lung. And once we get the right interventions into those areas, we found that we've been able to impact those particular conditions very positively. And again, a lot of them have started or stemmed from toxins that have over accumulated within the liver. And as we said, poor liver leads to lethargy, fatigue, headaches, migraines, skin problems, digestive bloating, stuffiness, poor concentration, memory, brain fog, lack of well-being, excess body fat, liver stones, irritability, depression, anxiety, physical balance, motor skills. All of these are linked to the liver and the overall condition of the gut. So when we embark on any kind of detox or lifestyle change program, we always start with the gut. Why do we start with the gut? Because that's where all the food goes, number one. Number two, because that's where 70% of the immune system, of the immune cells, are all based. They're all based in the gut. And they're based in the gut because that's where the food goes. So they have to protect the body from any pathogens that are ingested. And if they're not eliminated safely, they're going to be released into the bloodstream, and that's when you're going to get all manner of problems, because then they can travel freely around the body. So we always start within the gut. What do we use to start? What do we use in the gut? We always use one of our favorite and most prolific products. They now call it King Oxyflush, which is Oxyflush. Oxyflush is almost like a supernatural product. It's one of our best products. It's one of our most renowned products, because obviously it gets right to the heart of the issue. It gets right into the gut, gets right into the colon. Again, it's a 100% natural product. It uses ozonated magnesium, which carries oxygen and carries the ability to break down the fecal matter that has been blocking the colon or blocking the gut and preventing the immune system from functioning at optimal levels. So once you've got that oxygen into your gut, what it does, it breaks it all down overnight. You take it at night, it breaks down all the waste in your gut overnight, and it turns it into liquid using the oxygen, because it binds to all the toxins and the waste matter in your gut. And in the morning, you wake up and you have a nice, gentle, watery stool. But the most powerful thing about Oxyflush that people always comment on is that compared to every other product that they've taken to really cleanse their colon, this is the only one that doesn't cause any cramping. It doesn't cause any adverse side effects. It doesn't cause any negative reactions. It doesn't cause any fatigue. Yes, you may get some detox reactions as a result of your body releasing toxins or having toxins that have been lodged into the colon wall, having them dislodged or displaced. There may be a period where you have a little bit of what we call a healing reaction or healing crisis. But as long as you keep your hydration levels up, which we always encourage, that would always be short-lived if it happens at all. But the most important part is that you're able to clear out all the backlog and the buildup of toxins that have accumulated in your colon, which is going to lead to a lot of problems in other parts of the body. So why is it important to cleanse the colon? Number one, Kelly. Oh, Kelly, go ahead real quick.
Just very quickly, how often can you take the Oxyflush?
Very good question. How often can you take the Oxyflush? I take Oxyflush every day. We generally recommend people to take it for 5 days, have a break for 2, so you don't become dependent upon it, but it gives your bowels a chance to work on their own. But we've taken it for up to 6 months. We've had people take it for up to 6 months. If you've got a really chronic condition, you could take it for even longer. But we say do it in 3-month stints. So take it 5 days, have a break for 2, then resume, or take it for 5 days, have a break for 3, resume. It depends on your level of blockage. If you just want to get a really good cleanse, if you really want to get a better levels of absorption, you can take it over longer periods of time. It's one of the only products that we've seen that people have used, and it's even safe for pregnant women. In fact, hospitals use it. It's the only product hospitals actually use to cleanse pregnant women or people that are coming in for any kind of operation that involves the colon. So in terms of usage, you can use it for quite extended periods because it doesn't have any adverse or negative effects on the body, because again, it's all natural magnesium, oxygenated. So it's got the oxygen levels in it that binds to the toxins. So there's nothing in there that's going to really have any kind of adverse effects. As with all products, even food, if you take anything in excess, you may leave your body susceptible to having some kind of adverse reaction, but nothing more than your gut feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and your body will push out any excess anyway through the bowels or through the bladder. So yes, it can be used for long term, it can be used for short term. We find out people that use it, they always talk about how it gets rid of their bloating. We've got another lady on, she'll come and tell you a bit about how she had a long-term problem with, fecal impaction, not being able to use the toilet for days, days at a time. But this is the only product she was able to use that was able to break it all down and get rid of all the impacted fecal matter and do it very quickly and very smoothly and with no side effects. So she'll share a little bit about her story, but Oxyflush is one of our top products. It's so instrumental to delivering health across other parts of the body, because if your body's not able to remove impurities, or the pathway that's responsible for removing these impurities is blocked, even if you're detoxing other areas, but you're not able to eliminate it from the body, they'll only get released back into the bloodstream and start to just recirculate and cause problems all over again. So why is it important to cleanse the colon? Improves digestion and prevents occasional constipation. It increases energy and concentration. It helps to jumpstart weight loss. People that use it, if you've got bloated stomach, especially like coming up to Christmas, you're probably going to overindulge, the pounds start piling on. Oxyflush is the quickest way to start bringing those pounds down. Yes, if you do it with other products, but it's the quickest way to start removing the buildup of the waste in your body, which then starts to pile itself onto your waistline and in the areas that you may not necessarily want it to show. It supports overall colon health, and it encourages the whole body to detox itself more effectively. Now, the reason why we don't say to take Oxyflush on its own, because we need to make sure you increase your hydration. Because taking Oxyflush on its own, it requires a lot of water, because it's going to pull a lot of the waste out of your gut, but it's going to use oxygen, it's going to turn it into liquid. So if your body's already severely dehydrated, it's not going to cause a problem, but you're not going to cleanse as much as you'd like to. You remove a certain amount, but you're not going to remove the full amount that you need to get rid of in order to get the maximum benefit. So cleansing the colon using other products is always recommended. Cleansing the body using more than one product is highly recommended, because the body is not based on just one organ. It's based on a whole combination of different systems all working combined together to keep you going and keep you healthy while you're going. So the Triple X combo was a combo that was almost inspired by one of our clients, Clara. She came on last week and she shared about how her experience of seeing these products being described to her colleague, who was a 79-year-old lady who had some severe back pains and mobility issues. And when I was describing the products, how to take them, I mentioned liquid oxygen, because obviously it increases the oxygen levels in your blood and allows more oxygen to flow into your cells, to go to your brain, all different parts of the body, because that's why you breathe, get more oxygen. So liquid oxygen, I'll say what it does, I'll say what Oxyflush does, as just described, and I'll say how Elixir of Life really nourishes your bones, nourishes your joints, nourishes the mineral levels in your body, and it helps to boost the collagen because of the mineral content and the elastin content. And as a byproduct of that, obviously it's going to help you nourish your muscles and your joints. But another key area that a lot of people always talk about and review and mention in their reviews is that it helps to grow their hair. Everyone's had additional hair growth using the Elixir of Life because of the collagen element of it. And again, it's a natural product because of the silica content within it. It really boosts the collagen production, which stimulates the follicles. So although you lose 100 hairs a day, you're supposed to grow back 100 hairs. But if you lose 100 hairs and you only grow back 70 or grow back 60, you'll start to get bald eventually. But when you have the right mineral composition within your body, again, through the Elixir of Life, and the absorption rate in the gut is working more efficiently, you've got good amounts of oxygen, etc., that 100 hairs a day that you lose will then become 70, and that become 80, and become 90. So one thing people always talk about is that the hairdressers tell them, oh, your hair's getting thick again. Oh, your hair's starting to grow. Or people that had patches on their hair, those patches start to fill up bit by bit. And they get it even faster when they do it as a combination. That's why we always recommend using the Triple X as a minimum. So this is like our minimum combo package. It's our smallest package, the Triple X. As again, it was inspired by the lady that was listening and hearing when we were telling our elderly friend what to use and how to use them. And that lady now, she's no longer using a walking stick. Although she's 79, she wasn't able to go out. Now she's able to go shopping and do a lot of stuff by herself because she's got the right amount of nutrients in her body. Her body's been well nourished with all the right amount of minerals, and she's functioning again at optimal levels. So what does the Triple X do? We said we coined it because she said it provided her, or they've all said it provided them with extra energy, extra weight loss, because they just all seem to find themselves losing weight as a result of it, but they didn't realize it was a combination of the OxyFlush, Elixir of Life, because Elixir of Life also helps get rid of cravings. Helps you get rid of cravings because it actually destroys the parasites in your gut. It destroys the worms. It also helps to chelate heavy metals. So if it chelates heavy metals, it means it gathers them together. When you gather the heavy metals together, this then also has a positive impact on radiation, reduction of radiation in your body, because when radiation comes into the body, it's looking for metals as like a catalyst to put it into the blood. So the more you can remove the heavy metals from your body is the better protection you can have from harmful radiation. So we talk about 5G and, you know, the lampposts and all the stuff that people are talking about that's been happening in the streets during the lockdowns. People are looking for ways that can protect themselves from radiation. Elixir of Life is a fantastic product because it's rich in silica. One of the reasons why they have to have these towers so close together, because it doesn't pass very well through concrete. Silica is almost a similar molecular structure to concrete. However, it's healthy to the body because it's all mined. We get it from our suppliers in the rainforest. Again, it's all mined, so it's natural minerals, it's natural earth minerals full of natural resources within it that together they take the heavy metals out of the blood, which then protects your cells from the damage that we cause by harmful radiation. So if you're looking for something to protect you from radiation, something to protect you from hair loss, to nourish your bones, nourish your joints, Elixir of Life is such a fantastic product. I can speak about Elixir of Life all afternoon. But yes, those are the combination, and the key benefits: they support elimination of harmful waste and toxins from the bowels, help improve digestion and fat metabolism, they support weight loss, help increase oxygen supply to the cells, helps improve breathing, helps relieve joint pains and aches and pains, helps stimulate nails and hair regrowth, and helps improve the skin, as we said earlier about the use of the minerals and the silica content of the Elixir of Life to boost collagen. Okay, so that's a Triple X combo. So this is just some of the small combos that we use to really help to impact some of these conditions that we mentioned earlier with regards to the liver, with regards to diabetes, with regards to, you know, joint pain and back pain. This particular combo, it's not going to have as much impact as the bigger combos, but we're going to get to that as we quickly whiz through them. So Triple X combo is like our baby combo. You know, you want to start something quite low grade, you know, low cost, nice and easy, 3 products. You're going to get your hydration in there, you're going to get your elimination in there, you're going to get your nourishment in there. So you're going to get, you know, 3 of the core parts of our HERN protocol. Then we have the Express Detox. The Express Detox, it has one more, actually, in fact, it has 4, at the core, has 4 of our key products that we use to great effect in terms of nourishing the body and really helping to get the inflammation levels right down and get them down very quickly. And those 4 key products are, of course, OxyFlush, as always standard, Elixir of Life, because it really nourishes the body and takes a lot of the impurities out, gets rid of your cravings, which is a big thing that people fall down on. That's why we don't recommend diets, because if you do a diet and you haven't taken care of the parasites, which gives you the cravings, as soon as you finish doing that diet or finish that starvation or starving your body or whatever your body's used to, they're going to come at you really hard, and you're going to eat twice as much as you ate before you started the diet, and you're going to put on probably twice as much weight. So diets don't really work because they're not long-term and they're not sustainable. Lifestyle changes, on the other hand, are. When you make the relevant lifestyle changes and you incorporate the relevant new habits in place of your old habits, these are things that you can adopt on a long-term basis, and you're using things that the body actually recognizes and can actually absorb. So OxyFlush, Elixir of Life. Then we have the very powerful Ultra Detox, which is a very, very powerful product, which is full of anti-inflammatories. It's got your dandelion, your burdock, it's got your curcumin, your turmeric, all the powerful anti-inflammatories. It's got your black pepper in there to really help with the absorption. It's got your hyssop, it's got your black seed oil. It's such a powerful combination, a powerful formulation, that when you take that, it really works on the liver. It's got your milk thistle in there. So it really helps to stimulate the liver to produce the enzymes that are going to really help to push out the impurities and push out the toxins, which are going to impact your skin, it's going to impact your joints, it's going to impact your hair, it's going to impact your whole body all around. So the Ultra Detox is a very powerful product, especially when it's used in combination with the OxyFlush and the Elixir of Life. So it's so many things going into the body, it's very hard for the body to resist coming into order. Then on top of that, you've got the brain juice. Now the brain juice is another very powerful product that we use to really help increase the blood flow to the brain. It contains all the natural well-renowned plant-based products that are, you know, very well, you know, utilized when it comes to increasing blood flow to the brain, enhancing cognitive function. You know, you think about your ginkgo, you got your ashwagandha, you got your Siberian ginseng, you got your just a whole combination of really high-level plants that are well known for their prowess in stimulating the function of the brain. When you combine them together in the biodynamic formula that this is, you'll see from the testimonials that people talk about that people that are studying, they're able to have a much greater level of concentration. People that are normally trying to do a lot of work with customer facing or working on a day-to-day basis with people, it allows them to interact with them more positively. Even children, we have the children's version. Children are able to focus in their class a lot better. The schools always call the parents and say, look, your child's schoolwork has greatly improved, or their concentration levels have skyrocketed. Children that are suffering with ADHD or ADD, they really work really well with the brain. That's the brain and nerve support. The adult one is the brain juice, the children one, the brain and nerve support. But these products, they really work to basically, the Oxyfus does the colon and the bowel, the Elixir of Life does the all-round body, the whole body all round, the Ultra Detox does the liver, and everything, the Ultra Detox does the liver, the bit of the kidney, everything to do with the center of the body, and the brain juice does everything from the heart up to the brain. So you've basically got an all-round small mini detox that really gonna have a lot of impact on a lot of areas and a lot of systems. And when you combine them together with the hydration and the lifestyle change that we recommend to you, you're guaranteed you're gonna see some very good results. Then you got additional products that you can use to almost build your own program to personalize your particular tailored detox to your specific circumstance. So you can add things like liquid oxygen. We mentioned liquid oxygen earlier in the XXX. You can add things like SOS. SOS Advanced is a very well-renowned blood wash that really deeply cleanses the blood. They've had some fantastic results. They've done some clinical trials and they've got some phenomenal results. Again, we're not going to make any claims, but the product itself, it contains all your essential oils. And what makes this product so powerful is the natural nano delivery system. So it really gets into the small, soft tissues within the cells. So it's able to really break down, you know, things in the blood like viruses, bacteria, some of the protein shells that protect these viruses. These things all get destroyed and eliminated by the SOS, and it really helps to give your blood a really good and powerful wash. So when you combine that with your Express Detox, you're really going to put your body through its paces, and your body's going to come out the other side, thanking you very highly. Then you have the Menovate Balance. Menovate Balance is another favorite product of mine. We designed it mainly to help people that have high blood pressure who are suffering with high levels of stress, and helps them to sleep, helps them to relax, helps them to bring down the pressure on the adrenals. But what it does, it actually helps to bring the whole of the endocrine system into balance. Now, when it brings the endocrine system into balance, that's things like your pituitary gland, your pineal gland, your hypothalamus gland, your pancreas, all the functions, all the organs that are responsible in the body in balance. When they use the Menovate Balance, some of the byproducts of using that product is that people sleep like a baby. They have an amazing sleep. You just rub it on the side of your forehead, and because it goes in through your skin, you put some on your wrist and the back of your neck, so it actually goes through the brainstem. And another byproduct of that is that people that had hot flashes. Now, we didn't intend it to do this, but we found that people that were suffering with menopausal symptoms or hot flashes, their hot flashes reduced by between 50 and 90%, again, within 7 days, within a very short space of time. So the Menovate Balance was a very good product to really help to enhance the sleep, enhance the calmness. People that suffer with anxiety, especially times like now, where you're worrying about what's happening, if you're going to be mandatory vaccinated. And mandatory vaccines, just out of, you know, just for the record, mandatory vaccines are not going to happen for at least 5 years, at least. There's no way they can legalize any type of mandatory vaccine. So please take that out of your psyche. Don't let yourself be deceived or distracted by having to take that nonsense onto your head. So people that are suffering with anxiety or unnecessary anxiety can use things like the Menovate Balance to really help to bring down the levels of anxiety and to keep the body in a much greater state of calmness. Then you've got the blood cleanser tea, really helps to flush the blood. It's a bit like the SOS, but it's a tea. So especially when we're coming into winter months, you want to have something hot during your program, you can incorporate the blood cleanser tea. Again, that has so many benefits. You'll read that more on the website. The Respirate Lung Blend is our powerhouse for doing anything to do with the respiratory system. We've seen people that had hay fever, we've seen people that had asthma. All I can say is that people come back and said they no longer use their pump. They no longer use their asthma pump. And there's just been so many positive benefits. But what it does, because it's all essential oils, when you've used those oils collectively, you can inhale it, put it on your t-shirt, on your scarf, or on your neck, or put it on your pillow at night. We find out people are able to sleep a lot deeper. The respiratory system really opens up, the airways opens up. So when people have a lot of inflammation or mucus building up around the lungs, it really helps to break down that mucus and to get rid of a lot of the buildup that is impeding or restricting their airways and their ability to breathe clearly. So now let's move on to the daddy, my favorite program of all our combinations, which is our Step 1 Lifestyle Change Program. Now, the Step 1 Lifestyle Change Program is what we've been using extensively to really provide solutions for a lot of the modern day common problems. Now, the programs we mentioned earlier are, if you've got a small budget, you want to start doing something for your body to increase your levels of health, of wellness, of well-being, of metabolism, or just general function. Some of the smaller programs are great for that, very effective. We recommend lifestyle changes for you to do. We give you some dietary advice, things that you can eat, the meals you can have, juices to make. There's a lot of that stuff all comes as part of the package, part of the program, and people always get results. But if you want to get big boy results and see major changes and see them happen very quickly, we look at what we call our Step 1 Full Lifestyle Change Program. Again, it's a 21-day program. It consists of about 8 really powerful products. But the things that we've seen successfully addressed or very positively impacted through using this program and this combination of products are things like diabetes. Diabetes, every time, guaranteed, pretty much 21 days, you use this program, you can just kiss diabetes goodbye. Osteo and rheumatoid arthritis, same thing, irritable bowel syndrome, severe chronic back or joint pain, sciatica, stiff or restricted movement or agility, cravings for sweets, alcohol, sugar, and addictions. We've had lots of people who've been addicted to sweets or sugar-based products. We had a lady that was addicted to, not even addicted, but she had a bottle of Prosecco every night. Another lady had a bottle of red wine every night. Another lady had a Yorkie every day for 7 years. After they completed Step 1, the lady with the Yorkie no longer wanted any more Yorkie. The lady with the Prosecco never wanted any more Prosecco. And the lady that had the bottle of red wine no longer wanted any more red wine anymore as well. Again, just as a result of the 21-day program, but using all these products combined together on the body, it gets rid of your cravings, it really gets into your system, and actually saved them some money. Because now all that money, producer, I need the lead for the for my laptop. Let me quickly get my lead. Sorry, my laptop's running low. All right, here we go. Wouldn't that be a thing, eh? Perfect. So, save the money, not having to use the, not have to spend all that money on Prosecco. I don't know how much Prosecco is nowadays, but I'm sure it's not cheap. And having to buy a bottle every day, that's a serious save that you would have made. So things like poor circulation, lack of energy, slow or sluggish metabolism, low libido, painful menstrual cycles, sleep apnea, insomnia, and related sleep issues, headaches, migraines, memory loss, brain fog. These are all addressed, as again, you can see from the products we mentioned, using the brain juice, the Oxyflush, the Ultra Detox, the Elixir of Life. These are all products that are really heavily nourishing the body and are making significant changes and transformations on the inside, on the interior, which is having a massive effect, both internally and externally. So stomach bloating, cramping or indigestion, acid reflux. Again, acid reflux is linked to not having, people think acid reflux is too much acid. Again, it's the reverse. It's not having enough acid, because when your body receives food, it needs the acid to break it down and digest it. If you haven't got enough acid, then your food's gonna come back up because it's looking for somewhere for it to go, but it can start to be broken down. So acid reflux is linked to lack of acid or lack of stomach acid in your gut. Again, linked to the state and the condition of your stomach. Skin itching, hair thinning, breaking, hair loss, itchy scalp, all reversed completely. Broken or brittle nails, constant tiredness, fatigue, weight gain, painful or bleeding gums, respiratory or breathing difficulties. These are all issues and situations that are completely reversed, eradicated, resolved, not experienced anymore once people have embarked on the Step 1 Lifestyle Change Program. It's a very powerful program. I don't know if you can see the price of the combination of products there. Yep, £285. So imagine you can change your life for £285, and we've seen people do it, and you hear people that have done it, that have done the Step 1 or completed Step 1, and someone will give their testimonials in a bit, and you'll be able to hear how much of an impact just these simple changes, lifestyle changes, along with these products and the Herm protocol, has been able to significantly change and transform people's lives for the better. So let's look a little bit about what the program entails and what's actually in the pack. Okay, so let's quickly look at the brain juice. We talked about the brain juice earlier. So things like improving your memory and concentration, your energy levels and enhancing your mood, your circulation, assist the body to manage stress. So it helps you to manage stress. So when you're going through periods like now, brain juice is a fabulous product to use in times like now. Supports the adrenal glands. So where you're really, you're risking burnout when you're not sleeping enough, you start to go into your reserves, your adrenals start becoming stressed. This starts to boost your cortisol levels, which starts to impact on on hypertension and high blood pressure. Increase your body's resistance to disease, so your immune system really starts to help to step up and start kicking in. And also helps to enhance your stamina for exercise and sustain physical activity. Then you got things like the Ultra Detox, which helps to cleanse the blood and the kidney. It helps support the liver and metabolism because of the milk thistle content in there. Helps support and cleanse your colon. Your gallbladder helps with reducing bloating and constipation because the effect it has on the digestive system. And it helps improve your sleep because the more toxins are removed from the body, the less interference the body's going to have overnight when it's trying to go into that resting state or rejuvenation state, which happens overnight while your body's repairing you while you sleep. Oxyflush helps eliminate constipation, IBS, other bowel-related problems, and all naturally. Helps reduce bloating, abdominal cramping, and stomach gas. Helps support rapid weight loss. Helps increase and maintain regular bowel movements. Fantastic at doing that. And it helps to cleanse and refresh and detoxify your whole of your entire digestive system. Amazing, amazing, amazing product. Then you've got your Menovate Balance, a lovely innovation. I really love Menovate and what it's been able to do. Helps promote sleep, uninterrupted and restful sleep. Because sleep is really important to make sure your body's healing, because if you're not sleeping, you're not healing. It also helps reduce hot flushes and day and night sweats, because people get them in the daytime and in the nighttime, but it really helps reduce that, and you'll see from the testimonials. It helps to regulate your mood and promote calmness and positive thinking. You can use it during the daytime. It really helps to enhance you to have a much more focused and productive day. It helps with menstrual cramps and associated issues. And it also supports cognitive function to help improve your mental clarity during the day. Then we've got Elixir of Life. Helps cleanse parasites, gets rid of worms and heavy metals from your system and your blood. Helps improve hair growth. Amazing for hair growth. We just kept seeing the hair growth testimonials coming over and over and over again. We're like, wow. It was just so refreshing to hear that everybody who's having this problem with hair, they've tried so many things, but when they return back to nature, nature always delivers every single time. Promoting healthy bones, teeth, people with bleeding gums start to just disappear, skin, hair, and nails and tendons, and it helps to produce, it just does so many things. We've had people with heart conditions who've been using that consistently. An 80-something-year-old man was using it in Leeds, and he was meant to have a triple bypass during COVID, during February. He started using it from, I think, November. And his wife, she's one of our long-term clients, she came on our early Zooms in March, and she testified to say, look, her husband was meant to have a triple bypass, but for some reason, when he went to have the pre-op assessment in February, they said he only needs to have a stent. Now, which is testament to the fact that his heart has so dramatically improved that his heart condition was less of a stress, and it no longer needed to have such a deep and invasive operation. And heart conditions don't improve, they only get worse. So what does that say about what's happening in the body? Again, we know that Elixir of Life really has a lot of silica, which helps with the collagen, and collagen really helps with the muscles and all the tissues in the body. So what's the heart? The heart is a muscle. So if you've got something that's constantly improving the state of your tissues and your muscles, of course you're going to see change in your heart. Now, we never expected that, because as I said, the body knows what to do when it has the right materials and the right tools within it. And then lastly, we had things like the liver and gallbladder. Liver and gallbladder support, amazing product, dedicated purely just to supporting the liver, helps strengthen and naturally stimulate liver and gallbladder function, helps support the removal of toxins and chemicals from the body, and it helps to increase detoxification and improve all-round metabolism. Amazing, amazing, amazing product. Now, when you have all these products converging on the body, along with hydration, lifestyle changes, 1 meal a day, your smoothies, your juices, how is the body not going to come back into order? How is the body not going to come back into range? And how are things not going to just naturally take care of themselves? Because the body has all the tools it needs. When the body has all the tools it needs, it's able to function at the level it's designed to do. We only help the body to get back into that state using foods and materials that the body actually recognizes. Then lastly, we have our high blood pressure combo, which is an 8-week challenge. We've seen it happen many, many times. Blood pressure is a very complex condition to resolve. Don't think it's something easy you can just do taking a few products. It's not, because the actual things that control blood pressure span across a number of different systems. But the 8-week challenge really helps to eliminate stress and to really bring blood pressure under control. And we've seen so many people that had blood pressure, hypertension, and are now no longer hypertensive. Again, as a result of using the protocols, using the products, and incorporating the lifestyle changes. And now they've got fantastic results and testimonies. I'm going to let Howard come on very shortly and tell you about his journey, because his story is so exciting. But some of the key components: helps to reduce stress levels, physiological, helps with the kidney function, adrenal function, and heart health, because these are the parts that are impacted by high blood pressure. It has cardiovascular impact, so things like atherosclerosis, arterial plaque, blood flow, blood vessel health, your artery health, your blood oxygen content. If you haven't got enough oxygen content, these are all things that are going to cause the heart to have to pump more blood around the body to make sure all the cells and all the tissues and organs are nourished and supplied adequately. Then you've got dietary things and lifestyle, things like high consumption of fried foods. Hey, where you going? Come back. Fried foods, high intake of red meat and processed foods, sodium, salt. If you've got too much salt in your diet, these are all going to impact your body's susceptibility to having high blood pressure, and obviously your levels of hydration. So these are all key elements that severely impact your body's ability to either become vulnerable to high blood pressure or to stay clear from blood pressure. So take a picture of this slide if you will. Try and make sure you're aware of these elements that we mentioned that are linked to high blood pressure, the key components, as we said, the stress levels, the physiological, the cardiovascular, the dietary and lifestyle changes. And once you start to make changes in those 4 key areas, and you start to incorporate some of the products, as we mentioned, and some of the lifestyle changes, you're only going to see good results. So I think at this point, I think it'd be apt for me to bring in a couple of testimonials just so we can evidence what we've been speaking about, and just to give you some insight how well by the general public. Now, I'm going to ask Samantha to come on first.
I'm thinking of getting a trolley, but I don't know. Was there any trolleys around here?
Bev, if you mind just muting yourself, please. Thank you very much while you're doing your shopping. Don't forget our Christmas present, yeah, while you're out there doing the shopping, filling that trolley. I'm going to bring on Samantha, because Samantha is somebody who just purchased one of the products from our website, and I saw her review, and I said, you know what, you need to come and share your story and where you were and where you are now, just from using just one product, just so you can encourage other people that may be suffering similar stresses as she is, to let them know that there is help available there, and there are healthy alternatives and natural alternatives that you can use to actually alleviate some of the trauma and stress that you're going through. So Samantha, are you there? Please unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
You there, Samantha?
Can you hear me?
Speak up a little bit.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Is that your maximum?
I believe it is.
It is? Oh, are you using your phone or using a laptop?
I'm using the phone.
Say again?
I'm using my phone.
Okay, yeah, speak up. Okay, I know you're a little bit under the weather at the moment. So if you just mind quickly sharing just, your experience with what you experienced and how you came to use the OxyFlush, and just a little bit about your situation and what you noted or noticed.
Sure. Okay. So I suffer from chronic constipation.
Okay, we can't hear you. Right, we'll just try and see if we can get you up a little bit. How can we see if we can turn your volume up a little bit? Let me see. Volume up. Are you using your phone or your laptop, did you say?
I'm using my phone.
Okay, can you put the phone right close to your mouth, if that's possible?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Is that any better?
That's better. Yeah, keep it right there.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. So I suffer from chronic constipation.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, anything I take, I suffer from anemia as well. So
That's
iron
better.
tablets.
Keep it there. What have you done to keep it there? That's better.
Yeah. Okay. So iron tablets that would encroach on my situation.
Mm-hmm.
I recently had just came over with a bad headache in September. So during that time, of course, I'm trying to manage it myself. Didn't know what it was. So I was taking Nurofen Plus, started taking Migraleave and just different medication. And eventually I went to the GP. They gave me something to take, still wasn't helping. During all this time, I've forgotten about my bowels because I really have to keep an eye on it to make sure I go. What happened, totally forgot. Next thing, it was like, hold on, I haven't been to the bathroom for quite a while. So, okay, the night before I took a couple of Dulcolax because that's what I would normally do if I haven't been. Next morning I got up, nothing was happening. So I was just like, oh my gosh, no, that's unusual. Mind you, I'm drinking water, kept going. I was thinking, okay, just keep drinking water, keep drinking water, keep drinking water. By about 12 o'clock, I said, I haven't gone, no, something is wrong. I went to the chemist, I got some suppositories, I got some other sachet things to take, came back home, used those, and nothing happened. Into the evening now, about 8 o'clock, eventually I called 111 because I hadn't passed any urine, I was in agony. Ended up, long story short, went to the hospital, fecal impaction, was in hospital for 4 days. They gave me a whole load of stuff to take. Again, they're telling me, oh, take Senna. I'm trying to tell them these things are not going to work for me. They ended up giving me something called gastrogavithin, whatever it was. That's some dye that they use. And that's supposed to give you, help you to pass the stools. Ended up passing a bit, but to me, I just needed to pass enough so I could go home. Came home with a bag full of enemas and suppositories, because that was my aftercare. It's just basically like, there's nothing we can do for you. If you can't go, just use the enema, use the suppository. So I came home, was trying to manage with that. A friend told me about your site, Erin. I had a look on there. Again, I saw the Oxyflush and I thought, okay, here we go, because I tried using Bladerac, I tried using Passa Salvaga, all these different things to try and help me to go. The only thing that would help me to go is laxatives. India now, by the time the Oxyflush came, it must have been about 4 or 5 days I hadn't gone. Normally during that time, I'm going through panic mode, laxatives, etc. I took the Oxyflush, went to bed probably about 8 o'clock. I reckon must have been about 2 or 3 in the morning. I just woke up and just felt I need to go to the toilet. Oh my gosh, what a release. There was no, I didn't have to strain. There was no cramping. I didn't feel sick with it. I wasn't holding my tummy. It wasn't griping. It was just so natural. I was literally shocked. And from I went, then it would stop and then I would go again. I must have had about 3 or 4 movements. And I was just like, you know what? I came, I looked at all the everything that I had. I said, you know what? I'm not taking none of that anymore. That is not going into my system, because literally with the Dulcolax, all you're getting is just liquid passing. It's not breaking down the stools properly. And the Oxyflush for me, literally just broke the stools down and just helped me to pass it.
Wow.
And that's I wish I'd known about this before I ended up in hospital, because for me, that's the first time I've taken it.
Yes.
That was the result that I had. And that was just me looking and saying, okay, you know what? I tried everything else. Let me try this. And it's worked for me. Literally, I spent money. I had loads of stuff on my table. I just threw them out. I'm not taking them anymore. I'm just going to stick with this. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
That's my
Thank
testimony.
you so much. And now you've inspired a lot more people as well to actually engage in Oxyflush and the benefits that you've derived. So they can be able to experience that for themselves as well. So thanks for sharing that. I know you have another situation that we'll be speaking to you about off air that will be as well.
Brilliant. Thank you.
I'll give you your testimony. Just name that condition again. I want to write it down.
Yes, it's called trigeminal neuralgia.
Trigeminal neuralgia.
Yeah.
We'll sort that out. Trigeminal neuralgia.
Yeah.
We'll look it up, and then we'll look at what areas with pathways are implicated in that condition, and then we'll address those pathways and bring that back into order.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, Erin. Thank you for making these products available to us. And in England as well, because a lot of the other stuff I've had to try has been from America. And to have them shipped in with tax and shipping, the cost is exorbitant. But to have this on our doorstep, yeah, it's a great blessing, honestly.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yes, this is what we want to do. We want to make more and more people aware that, yes, right on their doorstep, everything that they need is very readily and widely accessible. So all they've got to do is go to their website, vivonutrients.com, and you'll be able to see all the things we mentioned today. All of them are there. You can search for them by name, or you can search for it by condition or by challenge, whatever you may be experiencing. Go to the website and just follow the prompts, and it will direct you to whatever you need. So thank you once again, Samantha. So let's go on to Howard. Howard, are you on the line still? I know it's been taking a little bit longer than we anticipated.
Yeah, I'm still here, Aaron. I'm still here. Thanks for having me, and good afternoon, everybody. I'm not great at these sort of things, but I think ideally it'd be ideal to give you a reason why I went to him in the first place. Recently, just going through some hospital procedures and bits and pieces, and found that I have to go forward and having tablets probably for the rest of my life. And I didn't exactly like the idea of this, so I won't go into the specifics, but a friend of mine told me that he was just about to start something on one of your programs and explained why. And I thought, you know, something, for all my life, I've always wanted to do like a detox. I'm thinking, that sounds like a good idea. If I did a detox program, what I'm trying to do is kind of like clear my body of quite a few bits. And then I was going to seek out a different remedy than taking tablets. And the best way to do it would be to start from a fresh perspective. So I went to visit Aaron, and he kicked me off with one of his programs, and I just blasé thought it's going to be quite simple. But the first week is quite brutal when you suddenly realize how many products you have, these great products, but you have to take quite a bit of water with it. So at the same time, you're introducing yourself to a lot of water at the same time, but you do get used to it. But what I did notice is people will talk about the Oxyflush, which is quite an amazing product, which I've never experienced anything like that. It's just like, it comes and goes quickly. You take it the next day, you go, and there's no sort of like little bits later on. It's like it just does its job, exactly what it says, and then you move on, and then you follow on another day. But I can honestly say to you that the most challenging or the interesting thing was when I went for the bioscan. The bioscan brought up a lot of things that I didn't even discuss that was happening to me that I didn't like, and I didn't realize that there was remedies for it. And as I've gone through that first week, I can see some of those other issues kind of like subsiding or slightly getting better, but I can't be 100% sure. But all I know is I haven't slept better in the last few years. My attention to detail in regards to work, communications, ideas, off the scale. So I do know it's actually doing a lot. I'm only partially through the program, and it's only until I go back and take further steps later on in a few months that I'll actually know internally how much has changed, but I guarantee it has actually made a big difference. And also at the same time, it's training me to have this, the lemon detox. And although I hate them, the green juices, it's all part of the process, like I've said to Aaron. But after a little while, your body and your mind trains yourself, so it becomes part of your daily process. So I think that's another good thing about this process. It's a repetitive and it keeps you going. So I know going forward, I've got these bits, regardless what products I have moving forward. So yeah, I'm just glad that I started off with this, and it's definitely going very, very well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Howard. And testament to you for your resilience and perseverance, because like you said, it's not easy, and it wasn't at the beginning, and making the adjustments. But once you've got through that initial stage, and you actually turn that corner, you do start to really notice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And long-term benefits, and that's just you doing step one.
Correct. Yeah.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you so much for that, Howard. Okay. You're welcome. Powerful transition that we saw with somebody who just embarked on step one. And I don't know if I'm allowed to share, Patrick, but Patrick came to us having high blood pressure, and his case was actually quite a very interesting case, because Patrick was a person, a very fit guy. He goes to gym 5 days a week, and you know, he's been battling with this blood pressure issue for quite a number of years. And I hope you don't mind me saying, Patrick, but your situation was so unique because we've never seen somebody who was so fit and so, you know, so should have been so healthy, struggling with this problem for so long. But one of the things I noticed with your particular case is that I looked at your scan and thought, this guy, he hardly has anything wrong with him. But why is his blood pressure so high? And this is why we always talk about the importance of hydration, because eventually the penny dropped that although you were drinking, I think, 2 liters of water a day, you were only, that 2 liters of water was meant to suffice for all the activities that you were doing. But funny enough, when the penny dropped, we realized that your water intake wasn't matching your water usage. When you said you were drinking 3 liters a day or 2, 3 liters a day, and you're working and you're going to the gym, and then I realized that even while you're in the gym, you're still only drinking 2 liters. We went for a sauna afterwards, and you're still drinking the same 2 liters. That's when I realized that your body's in a severe state of dehydration. And I said, yep, step 1, and possibly even step 2. But Patrick, if you want to come and take over and tell us what's been your experience when you came, where you are now.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody.
Speak up a little bit. Are you on your phone or your laptop?
Laptop.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
That's
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Tell everybody right up.
I've had high blood pressure for about 3.5 years. And initially, I tried to do as much as I can, exercise more, change my diet, my food diet. But no matter what I did, it just never subsided. So I decided to go to the doctor. And the doctor actually said I should do more exercise. And after that, go onto medication, which I've always been anti-medication. Anyway, my blood pressure was a reading of 147 to 157. And sometimes it would touch 165. So that's extremely worrying. Now, I have a history of blood pressure in my family. My mom's got it, my brothers got it. In fact, a few of my siblings have it also. I've tried over the last 3 years to change my diet and to do as much as I can naturally to address the problem. But no matter what I did, it's always been between 147 and 157. And as you can imagine, that became very despondent and very demotivating. Anyway, a friend of mine was very kind to send me a link to one of Aaron's webinar. I think this was about 5 weeks ago. And I decided to go on to have a bioscan, which, as someone just said, revealed a lot of elements that I did not even consider. But one of the things that Aaron mentioned was the lack of water that I was consuming. I went onto the program, and 4 weeks later, to my surprise, my blood pressure is now between 126 and 135. I took my reading 4 times just to make sure within an hour, and my reading was consistent between 126 and 135. The next day, I had a consultation with Aaron for step 2. I again decided with apprehension to take 3 more readings, and those readings were again between 124 and 135. To say that I'm over the moon is an understatement. Those products really do work, and actually recommended quite a lot of people, A, to this webinar, and B, to try and address various ailments that they have. So thank you, Aaron, and thank you, Christina, who actually introduced me to this webinar. Thank you, everybody, and good luck.
God bless you. Thank you so much, Patrick. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful, very enlightening, very uplifting testimony, because I know you were struggling this for a long time, and it really meant a lot for you to get it done. I saw how hard you're working. Gym 5 days a week. I was like, wow. And I was like, where are you going gym 5 days a week? He said, because my blood pressure. I was like, oh, wow. So I'm really, I'm really pleased with your progress, and long way to continue. Because obviously you're now on step 2, which you decided you only needed 2 steps, because obviously you were doing so many things right in so many areas, but the areas that you weren't able to address yourself, these are the areas that we just targeted through your scan, which identified through your scan, and which are now being tackled through the program. So, you know, thank you so much for sharing that, and enlightening and empowering, hopefully encouraging others to really take the same step that you have, and that there is alternatives out there, and more importantly, natural ones to help address these long-term problems. So, fantastic. So we spoke a little bit about blood pressure, we spoke a little bit about bowels and colon, and the use of Oxyflush and some of the other products. We covered skin. Let's look at skin real quick. About skin today, because we're doing head to toe in terms of solutions, and we're just doing some testimonials now so we can get people to really see how effective these products are at doing what they've been designed to do. Afi, are you still on the line?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, fantastic. Now, Afi has just embarked on just a short-term program, because she's already done a long-term program in terms of getting aches and pains and joint pains and chronic back pain and joint pain under control. But now, because she's seen the results, she's seen the light, she's seen the benefits and changes, she's now working on improving her skin, because her skin really improved as a result of the notable changes that happened internally, and it started to show itself externally. But now she wants to take that to another level, and she has purchased one of our skin combos. And I know you've only been using it for a few days, but just to share a little bit about what's been happening, what you've been experiencing just on a few days since you've been using our skin combo.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, after my detox, I've been on the Elixir for Life for some time now, because I really like the products. My hair is grown, my skin is changed. I had a lot of hyperpigmentation, and I can say 80% is gone. It's cleared so far. But I want my skin to look more shinier, glow, more youthful looking. So I spoke to Aaron, and he introduced me to the rejuvenating oil and is a gel. I used one in the night and one in the morning. I've just used it for just 3 days, and it's amazing. I don't know what it's going to be in a month's time. It's really, really looking good just after 3 days. Yeah, I think it's an amazing product.
So what have you actually been doing, Afi? Sorry, what have you actually been doing with the combo? What have you been using, and how have you been using them?
What have I been doing with it?
Yeah, what have you been using, and how have you been using them?
I can't come off the Elixir of Life. I'm still on it. And it's also to do with the skin.
Yes.
So I do that every day. I do twice a day. And after washing my face, I put the oil in the evenings. And in the mornings, I use the gel before I put my cream, whatever, on. Yeah.
Okay. And which are you using, this rejuvenator and the gel? Okay, you've only got those two.
I'm using the rejuvenator oil and the gel. Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to show how glowing you are, or you're not really properly attired?
I'm just tidying up. Let me show you.
Let's see the unveiling. Oh, wow.
Can you see?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. Your skin is glowing.
I know, in 3 days.
Wow. Now that's amazing. Put your face straight up, because you're kind of to the side. I can see your cheek. Hey, wow. 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 See, I should have done it before and after. You are looking younger as well.
Thank you, Aaron.
Your T-zones, you can see the T-zones, the head here. Wow. Wow. Yeah, no, fantastic. So yes, that's the Skin Renew combo. Thank you so much for that, Afi. It's just nice for people to see firsthand what the skin products are. It's an area that we're really just, very excited about what it's able to do, and how people have been able to be, impacted by, using these products. Again, they're all natural products. Oh, you got to leave. Who's got to leave? Okay, thank you, Jay. We'll definitely do God bless. Okay, yeah, how people are able to use the products, and the fact that the products are all natural. They're all natural-based products. They're all plant-based products. None of them entail any chemicals. They're all food-based products that the body's able to recognize and utilize to its great and fantastic benefits. So I'm so happy when we see people, even after just a few days of using the products, and able to achieve such phenomenal and remarkable results. So remember, all these products can be obtained, or you can get more information. You can see videos and testimonials on our website, which is vivonutrients.com. You can also go and see our testimonials or videos on our YouTube channel, which is the same, Vivo Nutrients on YouTube. So I can get the contact page up again. Where's the contact page? Right, here we go. So our contact page is on YouTube. And remember, when you go on YouTube, to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you can always be kept up to date with all the latest innovations, because everything we do, we tend to launch it or release an advert or some kind of notification on YouTube or on our website or on our Telegram group. Make sure you can join if you can, download Telegram from your app store and join our Telegram group, which is our Healing Room's Cutting Edge Health and Wellness. And that way you can be kept up to date with all the latest innovations and new natural health solutions. So again, because of time, we're going to bring today's presentation to a close. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank all those that have taken the time to join us today in today's call. I'm going to thank Samantha, who I'll be getting in touch with again very soon to sort out your trigeminal neuralgia situation, and you'll have to come and give a testimony in a few weeks on how your body's come back to normal. Thank you once again to Howard. Thank you to Patrick, and also to Afi for sharing your stories and for allowing us to interrupt or into Sunday activities. I'm sure you've got a lot of things you could be doing, but it's really important that people get to see and hear from people that have gone through the program. And indeed, thank you so much for giving up the time to join us. Bev said presentation testimonials have been amazing. Even I stay tuned in while shopping. Thank you so much, Bev. Really appreciate that, doing it while you're shopping. Oh yeah, shops are still open, which is great. And thank you to all you guys that have joined us. So make sure you join, you like the videos and share it on YouTube, share it with your family and share it with your friends. Let people know that there are natural solutions available. You haven't got to suffer in silence. We're here, we're passionate about health, we're passionate about healing, we're passionate about helping people. And obviously our mission is to create 1 million ambassadors worldwide, so we can obviously foster a natural global community of health conscious individuals and ambassadors. So with that said, I thank everybody for joining. We'll be launching or releasing a video on YouTube, so you'll be able to share it with your friends and family. And we will be doing probably maybe one more before the end of the year, but we'll let you know. Somebody messaged me, they want to get in contact, but remember you can use the contact details. If you haven't seen it already, just use the sheet that's on the screen now. But I will try and get in touch with you just in case you have to leave before we finish. So with that said, thank you everybody for joining. You can all unmute yourselves and say your highs and byes now. And if we don't see you before the end of the year, which will let you know, we'll definitely look forward to seeing you again in 2021. Thank you all, guys. God bless you. Have a fantastic day. Thanks, Howard.
God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow, Messi.
Bye, everybody.
Man, yes. Look forward to.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. God bless you, my dear. Thank you, Patrick. Thanks, Margaret.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Patrick.
Take care, Aaron. Bless you.
Hey, Margaret. Thank you, my dear. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, my dear.
Take care, Aaron. See you tomorrow.
Yes, look forward to. All right, Howard. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Grace. God bless you. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, I'm gonna order the items.
Yes. Yes. Oh, you did join. Oh, fantastic. And you know you got a special offer on the Oxyflush. About that. Oxyflush 2 for 1 at the moment.
Yeah, but I need one.
Okay. Well, you might as well have a gift.
I know, because I want to buy the other things as well, you see.
Okay.
That's why. Unless you've got a January sale coming up.
January sale, not sure yet.
Okay. All right then.
We'll probably have something, but we don't know if it'll be beginning or the middle or the end of the month. So,
okay, sure. No problem.
Wait,
Have a good Christmas.
while they're there.
Have a good Christmas. Happy New Year to when it
All
comes.
right, my dear. You too.
Okay,
Merry Christmas.
Bye. Bye.